everyone, welcome to BW Business World and BW Marketing World. We have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Aditya Babbar, VP MX Business, Samsung India.
Very good, Rima. Thank you very much for bringing me for the business world.
So thank you so much for giving your time, firstly. But coming on to, there are new product launches that you're doing. So what does, with the beginning of 2024, how does the business outlook for Samsung looks like?
It is very, very exciting times here at Samsung. We started 2024 with a lot of new innovations for the consumer. The market tends to grow very well in the value terms, and we are at the forefront of driving that growth. We see two key trends which are emerging in the market. One of the key trends is the 5G growth. A larger portion of consumers are moving and migrating to the 5G. Second, we see premiumizations which are being getting built for the consumers. And in light of that, we have been at the forefront driving premiumizations in the market. Today, we are launching two new phones, which is A35 and A55. And we have very carefully crafted the strategy on that, and we call it the 3D strategy. First strategy of the first D stands for democratizations of feature. We have brought a flagship-like design onto the A series, which gets you the best of the metal and glass design with the IP67 and a Gorilla Glass Victus kind of a durability. Second, we have built in flagship-like camera for those no low light photographies to get you the best moment. We understand the need of the consumer on edit, and we have built this edit feature where consumer can use an object eraser for the entire motion they are shooting. The third aspect of this is, which is very, very important for the consumer, is flagship like security. And all the A series now comes with the Knox security. But at the core of it, Rima, when we go and we understand the consumer the best, is its affordability. Now, I'm very excited to share with the uh, consumers that we are bringing 24 months EMI to A55. Today, a consumer can walk in and buy an A55 at just 1792 rupees.
Oh,
So that has been very, very heartening that how we are making a great tech affordable to the consumer. And the last D in the 3D strategy is democratization of experience. So you can walk into any shop near you in tier 1, 2, 3, and you will find Samsung A series at the shop floor. Please experience it. So that's how we have crafted the new strategies, and very, very excited about 2024.
so a lot of new things coming in 2024. Okay, coming to your marketing aspect of it, uh, mobile phones and Samsung in itself, it's a very competitive market. How do you look at the marketing strategies to be different and stay ahead of the curve? What does your marketing mix looks like when you talk about promoting it and going out all out in order to tell the consumers that this is it?
Ima, we are a very strong believer that consumer is at the core of whatever we do, and we believe in meaningful innovation.
Mhm.
Tech for a purpose is a very, very important core at what we do. And one of the shining example of that is our strategy of Make in India for India. Uh, the voice focus feature, which was conceptualized in India and is now being adopted by many consumers in the market, is a shining example that if you work on a core uh, product which is built for the consumer, it becomes equally important and easy for a marketing team to communicate. And that's how our marketing strategies are built on. We do a lot of in-depth surveys with the consumers. We work with the consumers to understand what are the key needs when they play the game, or when they click the picture, or when they're using the phone in their daily life. And we try to add value to that entire journey with our features and our communications.
Okay. So with traditional and digital media, I mean, of course, we are in a digital first time right now. So do you believe like, spending, or do you believe in going all out on digital, or is there a bifurcation when it comes to the balance of digital and traditional media?
I must say that's a great question, and I think a lot of marketers like me keep going back to the data on what a consumer is doing. I'm a very strong believer that we will be wherever a consumer is.
True.
If a consumer is watching a video, we will be there. If a consumer is watching it on television, we will be there. If a consumer is in malls and you want to experience this there, we will be there. So I think entire marketing mix is done on the consumer journey and consumer buying patterns, and how and where can we add value to the consumers. Also, at the same time, I see today a full funnel approach is becoming very, very paramount for any consumers. So every stage of our launch have a very different strategy. At the time of launch, we are very focused about how do we bring the awareness to the new features what we have been building. Then comes a stage of consideration and performance, and hence our media vehicles keep changing depending on the cycle we are into and the communication we are into. But at the core of it is the consumer decision journey and consumer uh, life journey, and how we can add value to it.
Lovely. So you spoke about, the data analytics and how you leverage data in today's date. So hyper personalization or hyper localization has become a major trend to reach out to more segments. Tier one cities have done enough. Everyone is there in tier one city, tier two, and tier two cities to some extent. But how do you leverage technology and data in today's date to reach to the tier three, tier four cities to reach out to more consumers?
Yeah, again, it's a great question. Today marketing is changing from a very conventional way of a large awareness list to a very personalized marketing. And at Samsung, we understand the need of this. So we customize our communication into the cohorts. There can be a segment of cohort which is very camera first. There's a very another segment of cohorts which is very gaming first, and then there are segment of consumers who watch a lot of videos. So we customize our communication basis the cohort which we are marketing to, and at the same time, it's a custom audience targeting and communication which becomes the first pillar of our entire GTM, and that's how we have been using data to transpose it into the consumer journey and storytelling format, and to enable them to do it. You talked about personalization, and let me give you a very interesting example around that. We have a very big flagship store at Bombay at the BKC. Next time you visit there, you can actually get your cover personalized. So we have on-ground personalizations also. So that's how we make the great tech meet the entire journey of the consumer, and we enable them to outshine every day.
So do we expect to see that like with your new launches this year as well, with new things coming in the line for 2024? Do we get to see these in the tier 2, tier 3 cities as well, hopefully?
Again, Samsung is a full range player. We start at a price point of around 7 to 8 thousand and goes up to 1,55,000. We have a very strong belief we are wherever the consumer is. So wherever you will find the consumer, you will find us serving him.
Lovely. So you spoke about innovations and a lot of how new features are engraved. How do we look at the new product launches that we are about to witness? Like just very recently, actually, you launched A35 and A55. Are there any more in the pipeline that we are expecting to see in this year? Plus, adding to it, do we see that what are the new features that it has in comparison to the previous editions of it?
Again, A35 and A55 is based on a philosophy of awesome is for everyone. Like I started that, we have democratized all the tech feature for the consumers, whether it is the design, whether it is about the camera aspect, the security aspect, or buying it at 1792 a day. So that is being very carefully crafted across the region, whether it's tier 1 to 3. What are the consumer need? What are the buying need? If I just give you an example, on A35 55 launch, we understand that there are different users in the market. One need a EMI, the other needs a cashback. Now, when you walk into the store, you have both the options available. You know, icing on the cake is you have a Samsung Wallet. So when you download your Samsung Wallet and you do your first transaction, you'll get a special voucher from Samsung to on the first transaction. You also get 2 months of YouTube Premium, and you get 6 months of Microsoft Cloud storage with the devices. So there are a lot of things which has been built for the consumers to enable them in their everyday life and make it.
So, are they what new features do we witness to see in the new series and the new launches that are there?
At Samsung, like I said, we have a belief of meaningful innovation. You will continue to see us working along the path of how do we enable consumer to do more and be more with their device, whether they are playing the game with the vapor chamber cooling, making it cool, or whether they're clicking a picture with the object eraser. How do we bring meaning to the entire thing to the consumer and help them to do more and be more every day?
So, with the advent of technology, like we are, Samsung also is deeply, engraved. It has engraved technology in itself. Looking at its overall strategies, how do technologies such as the CGI today, augmented reality, virtual reality, how do you engrave those in your marketing initiative to get to the right customer?
It's it's a consumer need driven solution. Let me take an example of Samsung Watch. Today the watch is being built on first a connectivity. You can go anywhere without your phone, so you can access a map to a call on your phone. So it's a LTE enabled watch. Two, it's a convenience. If you don't have your phone, you can tap and pay from your watch. And third, you talked about bringing technology. We have BP and ECG, which is built in on our watches. So you can actually check your ECG or your BP on the watch. So that's how we have built these solutions for the consumers. So again, enable them with the best tech available.
Okay, do you plan to work this out on your marketing initiatives as well when you roll out your campaigns or say, brand activations? How do you plan to leverage those technologies?
So storytelling is a core of whatever we do. I have been on record saying that as a marketer, my biggest role is to explain tech in a best and a easiest story form available. We will continue to work on that and how do we reach to our consumers uh, in the best format which is suited for them. See, today the world is changing. It's a very different pull content based approach. So our entire story is built on what are you consuming and how we can bring the product integration and story in that form. So that is something what we have been trying to do, and we will continue to work on that path.
Lovely. So, my last two questions actually. Firstly, that how do you integrate or how do you witness the trends and how do you, be up to the mark in this, ever evolving state where consumers are continuously changing, where technology is consumer changing? How do you look at the trends and how do you identify those trends?
So we are a 27 years old young brand in this country. We have been in this country for last 27 years. We have our ear on ground. We continue to listen to the consumer, understand the need and the changing evolution which is taking place, and we always want to enable them with the best solution. Some of the shining examples are that how we have democratized the 5G technology in a fast paced 5G transition. I talked about we are the number one brand in the 5G. Two, we are the number one brand in terms of shipment in this country, which is a testimony of the consumer love they have provided to us on our continuous uh, commitment to deliver the best tech to the country.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Aditya. It was
Rima.
lovely meeting
Pleasure
you. Thank
talking to
you.
you.